Welcome, everybody. We're going to be getting started here in just a moment. Good to see some friendly faces that I know on the screen. Always love that. We dig in here. Looking forward to talking to you guys today about high level and answering your questions. We're going to hit in on a couple of things, but you guys are going to drive a lot of this today because I've had so many questions recently and literally all over. I'm really curious to hear what things you want to talk about and make sure that we can address those. So I'm going to start off with, as I often do in these, with just a bit of an overview of high level and what it is for somebody that may be brand new. But I'm also then want to make sure that we take the time to answer questions that you've got and go from there to make sure again that we're showing you the things you want. I'm a huge fan. Full disclosure, I am a paid endorser of High Level. I am only there because I like them. I don't do that for people that I don't like and don't do. We use High Level internally. In fact, I've been using it since 2021 when I had my digital marketing agency, and that's how I got started with it. Bear with me as I move some windows around here. High Level for us really became just a tremendous tool to use. Prior to high level, just to give you guys a little history, marketing automation tools and tools that did, bundled your CRM and the ability to do automations and the ability to follow up for this, that, and the other thing, they often cost thousands and thousands of dollars a year. I mean, as to the token of like HubSpot, I don't know what it is now, but I know when back then it was a minimum of 10 grand a year to use. And then there were others that are out there that were $500, $700 a month and things like that. High Level came on the scene at $97 a month, and still 4 or 5 years later is $97 a month. Now they do have some higher plans if you want to like resell it or things like that, and we can certainly talk about those and where those make sense and don't make sense. But for $97 a month, you get an incredible tool that gives you a CRM so you can manage your clients. It gives you automation so you can set up email automations and text automations and even what they call voice or blind voicemail automations. You can set up missed call text back on your website through it. So if somebody, or that's sorry, not through your website, you can set up missed call text back. So if somebody calls you and you want to be able to follow up, you can have them automatically text back. They've integrated some amazing AI tools, including voice AI and other things like that that you can use within that. So let's say your phone rings and you don't want to answer it. You can actually have an AI tool answer your phone for you and things like that. You can have AI tools automatically respond to text messages, to social media messages, and a host of things like that. So there's a lot I haven't even touched on. Review management. I didn't even think about talking about orders. We run all of our orders and things like that through High Level, and they do a great job. I've lost my mouse. There we go. I had to find my mouse. And so again, tons and tons of stuff they do. But I'd like to hear from you guys, if you would, in the chat. Tell me for a moment, what are some of the things that are most interesting to you, or what are some of your questions that you have about High Level that if you had it your way, I'd answer for you today, because I want to do my best to try to do that as much as possible in the time that we've got to answer the things that are most important to you. So if you could take just a moment, tell me down in the chat, what are the things you want to hear? And we'll take a look at some of the things that are coming up. So migrating from my old platform, Rini, it's a great question. We can talk about that. Building out funnels, that's a great one, Monique. Thank you. I love that. Eric, welcome. Glad to have new people here at any point in time. That's great. Let's see what else we've got here. Could it be a reasonable replacement for Kajabi? I think so, but we can talk about that. Voice bot integration, automations, workflows. Can I host coaching trainings on it? All that, affiliate program, SEO tags. All right, great stuff. All right, so let's kind of start off with a couple of the basics. Let me begin. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to log in. So I'm sharing right from my main account, just so you know. If I have to run into a screen that has a bunch of stuff that's proprietary or email addresses, I will go somewhere else so that we don't end up with a problem. Because Zoom and YouTube don't like, well, YouTube in particular doesn't like it when I show email addresses. So if I have to do that, just a disclaimer, if you're watching the replay, anytime I show email addresses, those are going to be grayed out for security purposes, and I'll try not to show them at all. Let's start with just a little walkthrough here. So on the left-hand side, we have our information. You can track conversations. So these are messages that come in. And by the way, you can integrate this with not only email and that, but you can integrate it with text messages that come in, with your social media, you name it. We don't happen to use this, which is why you'll see we have 1,200 unread messages in here. We generally respond on platform to a lot of things just because of the way the team works. But this is a great way to have that. You can see literally the messages that have come in since we started this. One from Morris here just a minute ago. We've got calendar integration, so you can integrate your calendars and have appointment scheduling. If you've ever used a tool like Calendly or anything like that, and you want to have people be able to sign up and book times to talk to you or to meet with you, you can integrate those directly in here and multiple calendars if you want. Obviously, a full CRM, and I will do my best not to dig into this a whole lot, but a full CRM of all kinds of people that you want to talk to. And it's a lot of people. You can see I've got 154,000 contacts in ours, so it'll support a lot. You've got an opportunities page, and this is great. It will show you an opportunity if you want to track a pipeline for sales or anything. You can do that and track that on through. You can go into payments and you can track both recurring payments. You can see here in addition, you've got documents and contracts that you can set up. So instead of having to use a third party for like document signing, like DocuSign, you can build all that in. I can track orders. I can manage subscriptions through this. So many of you, for example, I see Dale. Dale's part of our mastermind group. That means Dale pays us every month his monthly membership fee to be part of that. That's set up through subscriptions here so that we literally can manage that. It gives Dale a portal that he can manage his payments on, but also gives us the ability to manage. I'm not going to click on there because I don't want to show you any specific client data. We can set up payment links. So if I need to set up a custom payment link for some purpose, you can do that. You can look at all your transactions. Again, for security, I'm not going to pull that up, but you can look at people that have bought. I can look at products. So our entire store, if you want to take a look, just to give you perspective, if you sell digital or physical products, I'm going to pull up my website to get the link. My website is built on WordPress, but our store, which is right here, this is built on HighLevel. So all of this is HighLevel based. So this page, everything that's laid out on here, the ability to go in and buy things here is all done. So you can see I can add it right to my cart, or I can go to a funnel page. This funnel page is set up in HighLevel. All the stuff that you're seeing here is all run directly through HighLevel, including, in this case, like order pages that you can put right onto a page like that. So lots and lots of flexibility there that you can set up for products. You can do both digital and physical products. And when orders come in, you can, if you've got physical products, you can mark them and manage that. You've got AI agents, and we could spend a ton of time on AI agents. I may or may not have time today to do that, but you've got tons of agents that you can get started, including both voice agents and conversational. Conversational is text-based, so text messages, emails, messages, things like that. Voice is literally just what you think. You can literally go ahead and create voice agents and train those voice agents to answer your phones, respond back on voicemails, you name it. Tons of marketing capabilities. One of my favorite tools is their social planner. So if you've ever wanted to go, how do I schedule my posts out to different areas? I can go ahead and schedule things out to all kinds of my channels. Let's see, the socials that I've got connected are Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Threads, and Blue Sky. The only ones I know that are a problem right now is Twitter. Twitter's changed their API, so you can't connect to them. You can even add communities in here, and this is really cool. Somebody was asking me about Kajabi, and I know sometimes Kajabi is typically it's lesson plans, which I'll show you in a moment, but also can be communities. You can add your high-level communities in here, so you can actually schedule posts out. So if you can imagine a school or a circle community or something like that, you can schedule posts out to that, which is super great. I can set up email marketing galore. I can set up countdown timers, things like that. Trigger links, which are just a more advanced feature we can talk about. That imagine you create a link that when somebody clicks on it, 10 things happen. Dale, you asked about affiliate managers. We can go into the affiliate program here, and you can manage individuals and all kinds of things for this, including this is how we run our affiliate program. So people can go ahead and sign in. So it just gives you all the details that are part of that. You can set up brand boards if you're managing multiple companies that can actually have all the information about your brand built in, your logo and your colors and all that type of stuff. That makes it easy as you're building out assets inside of HighLevel to have that available. And they've even got an ad manager. So if you're running Facebook ads and things like that, you can go ahead and connect your Facebook and Google ads to this. And so I guess Meta ads and Google, and actually run your ads right through here if you want. You can also do LinkedIn ads through here. So some really cool stuff. Automations is one of my favorite, and I'm just going to show you the automation related to this here. So if I go ahead and I'm going to look for GHL, let's see if I can find it. There we are. So here's our free webinar. That's today's. Yeah, it is. There's we go. So when I build out an automation, here's kind of how it works. People go ahead and we had a form. You guys all filled out the form to get this link. That was easy. We capture your email address that way. So if you're not a member of our audience, then we know who you are. And then we have a welcome email. So as soon as you fill that form out, we set up a welcome email. And the neat thing about automations in HighLevel is instead of me having to go and send that out, I don't know if you saw, we had about 600 people register for this. So instead of me having to send all those out one by one, I just set it up as an automation that automatically, when you fill out the form, you get this email and it says who it's from and all that. And this may look familiar. This is probably much like the email you got. We designed that with our colors and everything else so that you got the links to everything that we're doing. So super easy. Then we added a tag. This is like a key word inside of HighLevel. So if you want to track different people, we use tags to do that. So you can see our tag we added was MU, and that stands for a meetup. That's the way we categorize it internally. You can make them literally anything you want. And then GHL free webinar. That means that if you got that tag added to your record, so again, I've got Dale on the screen, that was a tag we got added. I can now look and find out of those 150 some thousand contacts, I can pull everybody that signed up for this training in just seconds because I can search for that tag. We then set an event start time, and then we set a wait. And the reason we did that is if you registered a couple days ago, then the day before, yesterday, you would have got a email. It said wait 1 day before the event. So yesterday at 4:30, it sent this reminder email that went out. Let me click on this. And if you'd registered before yesterday, you would have got this reminder email. If you registered today, the system's smart enough that it didn't happen. You didn't get that email. Then our next was we waited 1 hour before the event, and you can set it up any way you want, months, days, even minutes. And then we sent another reminder email. So most of you probably got this email about an hour ago. And the neat thing is it moves you out automatically. And then you can see the next one is ours is wait 7 hours. So 7 hours after the start time. So our start time was, let's see, 4:30 Eastern. And that means 7 hours later. So at 11:30 tonight, we're going to send the replay email out. Now, you guys already got the replay link in your original email, but some of you may be wondering, and you may go, Jonathan, why do you wait 7 hours? This is a Jonathan problem. In other words, the reason that it waits 7 hours is I'm the one, because I'm doing the training, I've got to upload the Zoom file when we're done. And depending on schedules and everything, that may take me a few hours to get done. Yeah, Michael, I appreciate that. It is. It's exactly why it's 7 hours. But by 11:30 tonight, I'll make sure everything's uploaded. And then when that email goes out, that gives you the Google Doc link that you guys already got in your reminder email and in your registration email, everything is updated. So this is an example of a very simple automation, but hopefully you can see how powerful it is because we just took something very simple, registering for a free webinar, and now we're giving you hopefully really good follow-up while also gathering the right information that we need. I can then go and deal with multiple settings to do all kinds of things. I can look at enrollment history and execution logs, and it'll literally show me everything that's happened and where it's at. Even notice it says for here, the Roberts got skipped, and the reason his got skipped is probably because of when he came in. So yeah, he got his welcome email at 4:40. Robert, I hope you're in here with us, but Robert just registered 5 minutes ago. The event had already started. So when it started going through, notice it added the tag, it set the start time, it waited till 1 day before, and it got there and it said, oops, we're already past that. So it skipped the 1 day reminder. Then it waited an hour and it said, oops, we're already past that hour. And so his next one, notice it didn't then send Robert a bunch of emails. He got his immediate one, and his next one he'll get will be at 11:30 tonight with everybody else. So it's a really smart system for sending out those automations. And again, when you're putting this together, that can be really beneficial. Let's just take a look here a minute. So this one, oops, I was looking at the wrong, oh, that's tonight's. Yeah. So we've had 662 people that are enrolled. I don't know what the active enrolled means. That maybe that's whether they responded. I'd have to check with my team on that. But sending out 662 emails would be a royal pain in the tush. This way, you can see we just went through, we set it up one time. It's easy and it runs. You can even do things like what if analysis or branches, and there's so much you can do in automations. We'll do a full automations class coming up soon, but this one's a little, again, a bit more general, but we'll explain how all that works. We also have sites. So on the site here, you can build out all kinds of different websites. You came to register on a site, our store is on a site. This is a funnel page here of one of our trainings that we do. All of these are considered sites, and these are funnels that we build out. The web builder I'm going to show you for a moment today is so incredibly easy. I love it. You can build out full websites. So if you want, you can build out an entire website for your business here. You can build out your store. That's where my store runs. You can actually build out webinars and webinar funnels and replays and all that right through here. You get full analytics of everything that's happening. So you can see how many things are going on. You get access to blogs. You can actually create blogs on here. You can even connect it to your WordPress site if you want. And you can create tons of client portals. You can create forms to your heart's content. So if you want to create forms that go on your website or anywhere else, you can do that. And then you can track submissions really easily. I'll just take a quick look at the form builder to show you how it works. We create a new form. We can pick a template or start from scratch. Let's pick a template just because it'll look pretty. And notice we've got all these templates that we can pick. And let's just say because I'm hungry, I didn't have lunch, I can go ahead and pick the lunch one here. And I now can use this, put in my own fields, put in my own images if I want, or if I'm running a restaurant, I could literally just run this right here or whatever I wanted to do, choose that template, and I can build everything out in a matter of seconds. All these forms can be embedded on any website that you've got, so that's super easy to use. And all the submissions then literally just come into your submissions queue, and we'll wait for it to load here just a second. There we go. And just like that, we've got everybody is in there, and it shows me everybody that's submitted. I can look at their details and go from there. I can build surveys out if I want to. You can build quizzes out that are apart from the learning. We're going to show you that in a moment. I can even use a chat widget that I can embed directly on my website. I can set, so you can set this up, and it puts a chat widget that actually texts back and forth with people from your website. And if you want, they've even got a QR code generator that you can come in here and create QR codes that easily get embedded. So some of you guys were just asking about, what about courses? Can we do courses? Yes. All this, by the way, everything I'm showing you is available in the $97 a month plan. So if you're wondering, do I need to upgrade? No, all this comes in the standard $97 a month plan. And if you guys aren't doing this, again, I am a paid endorser. I'm going to give you a link to get a 30-day free trial if you're interested. There's no obligation. You can attend these trainings and never do that. That's fine. But I'm going to give you a link if you're interested in to get a 30-day free trial. So I'll put that in the comments here a minute, 30-day free trial. And that's 2 weeks longer than you get on the website. So that's kind of nice to be able to do that if that you want. And I'll go to some questions here in just a minute. Somebody asked about courses. And so here's a good example. So I can build out my different courses that I've got. Let me see here and look at which one it is. I haven't been in here in a bit. So here we go. So I've got multiple courses that are in here that are working. One of them that you guys can get access to if you use our affiliate link, we actually give you access to our high-level training. But I've got multiple trainings out here, and these work really easily. People can go ahead and get access to those. I can build them out, whatever we want. You can see we're building one right here that's going to be built out. And it's super easy. You literally put in your course contents. You can add details and that. You can customize it pretty much to your heart's content. You can build in special offers in your course, all kinds of things. And one thing that I really love is you can connect your community groups to this. So underneath memberships, you have the ability to create groups. Many of you have done some of my trainings and have been through some of those. Let me just share with you, like AI Insider. This is one of our main memberships. So this is the training portal for AI Insiders. And if you click in here, it's got a beautiful community. You can post, people can communicate. You can add courses in here. You can add event calendars in here. You can even look at leaderboards for people that are working on the system. You can look at other members. You can look at about the club. So all of this is built in. They even added in recently now, they have the ability to do newsletters from here. So one of the things I love about HighLevel is they keep adding new features, and there's just tons and tons of stuff that you can do and you can build out right within the communities. That works great. And we haven't even talked about reputation management and other apps you can bring in place. So there's a ton of things that you can do. Let's see here a minute. Monique, if you didn't get access to that course, if you can message me with your email address, I'll get you added. That should have happened, but if it didn't, sometimes the automations get messed up, and we can do that. Let's go to some of the questions. I guess Nicolette's got her hand up, so let's start with you, Nicolette, and then we'll go to the chat. What can we answer for you, Nicolette?
Hi, Jonathan. How you doing?
I am blessed beyond measure. How about yourself?
Also, I'm good, good. Just woke up from a nap. So I would like to know, can I use Go iLevel to do what you call it, cold emails?
You can, although when you're doing cold email, you want to be careful because just like any other platform, if you're reaching out to cold email, the providers are watching very carefully to make sure you don't get too many spam requests. So you can absolutely use that, but I would want to be careful no matter what platform I was using, just because cold emails tend to cause your domains to lose credibility pretty quickly. And so you want to be super careful if you're going to do it for cold email. But it's possible. Absolutely, you can. Yep.
So regarding the app that I created, I'm starting to reach out to gather some emails. So I signed up for this thing called Instantly. So I was planning
Okay.
to use it and I saw this. So I was like, okay, I'm paying like $50 to use Instantly. So and this is 97 a month. So I was trying to make a decision.
Yeah, I think, you know, I would not run cold email on the same account. I would actually set up two accounts, and you can do that for $97. You can have two instances, but or I would, when I say that, I mean email domains is what I should say, not necessarily accounts, but domains. You can set up multiple domains to send your email out. And you want to use what I call a burner domain for cold email. So when I send email out right now, it comes out from go.whitebeardstrategies.com. That's our main email or our main domain we use. And we protect that one because any email sent out from there, that's where all our newsletters go out, all the messages that you get when you sign up for things, they all go out from that domain. If I was going to do cold email, I would set up another domain and like cold.whitebeardstrategies.com. And I would send my email out from there instead, because that way, if I have problems with that cold email list, I get reported by spam too often, our deliverable rates get too low or anything like that, I can always shut that domain down and use another domain by creating another domain. So we have that same thing. We have three domains that we use, Go, MG1, and MG2, and they don't mean anything, but they're just different domains that we send from. And we even, just to give you an idea, Nicolette, we rotate through those three on different emails every week to make sure that the email systems see that we're sending and getting opens. That way, in case something bad would happen to one of them, we can immediately go to the other. Because what you don't want to happen, if you're sending out cold email and all of a sudden they start thinking you're spam, your emails will still send, but nobody will ever see them because they'll go right to the spam folder. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So, great
Thanks.
question.
Mhm.
Jennifer, you're up next. What's on your mind?
Hey, Jonathan. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. What can
Okay.
we do for you?
Okay. Okay. I wanted to know when you're just talking about setting up another domain, like how do you do that if I wanted to set up another domain for cold emails?
Super easy. So you go into your domain provider and you set up what's called a subdomain. So in,
Okay.
in my case, it's literally, I use it a lot in my apps that I do. And I won't log into my domain thing because there's a bunch of passwords in there. But
Hmm.
when you log in, you buy your domain name. So like, for
Hmm.
example, we own whitebeardai.com. And when I
Hmm.
do a micro app, I publish those out on subdomains. So it might be like, um, businessinsider.whitebeardai.com
Okay.
or whatever name I have. The neat thing about a subdomain is it doesn't cost you any more money. You can literally just add that onto your domain.
Okay.
It's set you set it up in your domain registrar. It takes just a minute, does what's called a C name, and when you set it up in HighLevel or in any other tool, it will generally tell you how to do that. The benefit though is the fact that it's seen as a totally separate domain name. So it gives you that flexibility, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Okay. And now with the micro app, I am trying so hard to get this micro app to put the contacts into Go High Level. I can't get it to go from Manus to Go High Level. How do you do that?
So I don't have time to show you all that today, but you use a webhook to do that. So
Okay.
you're literally going to reach out and set it up as a webhook. Here, let's see what we can pull up here real quick here. I'm using Manus to create a micro app, and I want to take the people that register for my micro app and send them to my GHL contact database. I know I need to use a webhook to do this. Can you give me a step-by-step process of what I need to do in Manus and subsequently in HighLevel in order to make this happen? So when I don't have an answer, Jennifer, you've probably seen me do this enough. I just go over to HighLevel, or I'm sorry, not to HighLevel, my Perplexity. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day on Zoom calls. I've been on since 7:30 this morning with literally like not a break. So my mind is starting to turn to mush, and I apologize to you for that. But so here you go. So there's a couple of ways, some even videos you can watch. Connect HighLevel to Manus. There you go. So here's plan the data you want to send, create that inbound webhook in HighLevel. So here you go, automation workflows, create workflow. You add a trigger, inbound workflow, generate URL. You get a unique webhook URL. You copy and paste that in the Manus. Then in Manus, you go to your post registration data and you send a post request to that webhook that you just got. And
Okay.
then you follow. So yeah, super here. I'll share this in the chat.
Okay.
And if you want, that'll walk you through exactly how to do that webhook for you. So
Great.
Manus to GHL webhook. It's one of the things
Okay.
I like about GHL though is that it has all those webhooks in, so it's easy to do that. It's also a very well-known platform. So questions like this, and I go, you know what? I've never done that, or I've done it twice, but I don't do it all the time, so I don't know the right way to answer. I just go ask Perplexity, and it pulls it up. By the way, what it was talking about was going into your automations and setting some of that up in your automation side. So you'd literally set up a workflow in here. And
Hmm.
in the workflow, when you set this up, by the way, you can even use AI now to help do this. But I could say here even I need to create a webhook to connect a Manus inquiry to, and that should help me create it. Let's take a look. And literally, it's going to use AI over here to walk you through it. So one of the things that they just have added this in the last couple of months, it's so cool that you literally have AI right in HighLevel. So just here, when I need to do it, hopefully it'll make it look good. This is live, by the way. So if it doesn't work, I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. But it's
Okay.
it's this easy to do this. It's thinking, it'll come back, excuse me, and it will figure out what it needs to do in order to accomplish what we want. It's kind of like when we're vibe coding. We literally can tell it what we want, and it will work that out for us, if that makes sense.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. All right, Warren, you're up next. What can we do next, sir?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so I want to know your workflow for your missed call text back. I seen you had posted that in the group. So
Hmm.
are you using the AI version or just the basic workflow with the missed call text back with a few simple
Great,
steps?
great question. So, yeah, we do it through a workflow. And let me see here how to do it real quick, just before I forget, since we just did this and switch. Warren, give me just a moment here.
Sure.
I've lost my mouse again. There we go. Obviously, it's getting tired today too. There we go. So we just use that AI to show you how to do that over here. So there's that workflow. You know, something happens, a contact's created, and then I forward the Manus inquiry to downstream, and it's set up. It's got a little arrow here, so I need to fix that to resolve, and it will go ahead and tell me to create that webhook, and we're literally going to ask AI to fix it. But notice it brings you right here, custom webhook, and this is where you'd create that. So super, super easy to do. So Warren, you asked about how do we do that on a missed call text back? So what I'm going
Yes.
to do is I'm going to just delete a couple things here a minute. Oops. Cancel, delete. There we go. We'll delete this out as well, and we'll start over. So a couple different ways, but I'd like to set up a missed call text back that when we miss a call, that we automatically text back the user or the caller with a sorry, we just missed your call. Can you tell us what you're looking for? And we'd be happy to text you back or call you at your convenience. So I can literally lay that out there, press enter. And again, it's going to go through this process for us. And I don't set a lot of these up, Warren. Otherwise, I'd go pull that one up for you, but I don't set a lot of them up. My team does. But I want to show you here, it's even easy for somebody like me who's not in GHL setting up these automations every time, especially now that they've added the AI assistant. It is so nice to be able to come in here and literally let it build these workflows out for you by just explaining what you want. And I love that process about it. So it saves a lot of time and energy. What basically happens, Warren, is it's identifying your call comes into HighLevel. It's identifying that it doesn't get answered. And as soon as it doesn't get answered and it realizes there's a dial tone, then it goes ahead and it sets up an SMS message. So here you go. Call details, missed call trigger. All right. So call status contains no answer. You have to connect your call into HighLevel, but that's easy to do. And then it sends out a missed call apology SMS. So here you see it's written. It's hello, it puts in the contact name if it has it. If not, it just says hello. Sorry we missed your call. Could you please let us know what you're looking for? We'd be happy to text you back or call you at your convenience. Now I could change that to anything that I wanted. And then it's got a dynamic field in here for username as well. I could make that somebody's name that I wanted to, or I could have it be the user if there was a specific user, like Faith is our customer service manager. So I could have it sent from Faith if I wanted to, or I could go ahead and put in a hard-coded name. But that then is going to be sent out via an SMS message directly back to them automatically, knowing that most people who are calling in are calling from mobile phones nowadays, not everybody. So generally, you can just text back that number and know that more often than not, you're going to be able to get that text message through. Does that make sense, Warren?
Yeah. Okay. So like an add-on to that. So let's say if you send me that message, I see this message, sorry you missed your call, and then let's say I respond back to it by text. Do you have another message that come back to me? So let's say, for example, I'll say, yes, I was calling because I heard you was running a sale on one of your courses. How do I get access to that? Would you send
Yep.
me a message back, or
There's a
how would that work?
there's a couple different ways we do this. So what I would do in that case is instead of adding that into this workflow, I would actually go ahead and do that through your conversations. So in your
Oh, okay.
conversations, this is where we can have them come in and we can set up an AI agent to automatically answer things that come into here. So that's the only difference I would do it because once that SMS message came in, all your SMS messages are going to come right into here. And that makes it super easy for you to go ahead and automatically respond inside here. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. So you're saying you like one of your team members responding back is not automatically responding back
Oh no,
versus
I could perform an automation here. I could set up an
okay.
automation that would do that through the conversation side.
Okay.
So, yep.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And the neat thing about all this, and I saw somebody asked, is we don't need to buy Make or Zapier or anything like that. This is all built right into HighLevel. So it makes, a lot of what we do, if it relates to your contact records or any of that, it's just built directly into HighLevel and it saves you money. Now, you are going to pay for the text messages you send, and you're going to pay for, like a call, but you're talking, I mean, portions of pennies per text message. I don't know what it is exactly, but the last time I checked, it was like 2 or 3 tenths of a cent to send a text message. So they're not expensive. You do pay the cost, just to be aware of it, but very, very inexpensive. Same with email, because of the way that our email's configured, for example, we pay money every month, but I send out, just to give you perspective, we send out, in general, 100,000 plus emails a day, and we pay less than, I think, $300 a month. So if you figure that out, that's 100,000 messages a day, 30, call it 20 days. We don't send them out every 30, so 20 days. So that's, if my math is right, that's like 20 million messages, I think. I'd have to run it. That's a lot of messages for like $300. So it's not an expensive thing to do, if that makes sense. And if you're sending lower numbers, obviously it costs you pennies in comparison. Dr. Kenneth, you're up next. What's on your mind, sir?
Good evening, Jonathan. Good to see you.
You as well. It's been a few weeks since we chatted. In fact, I
Yeah.
don't know if I've seen you since the New Year. So if I haven't, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I was trying to get into the other class, and I think there was some technical issues with, I think you said bots trying to take over the site and run. Yeah, I couldn't make it in, but
I
Um,
apologize. Let
I'm
let
looking
us
for
know.
the
We'll
replay.
get you access to it. Yeah, we did have a bot attack the other day.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. It didn't hurt anybody, by the way. It's people trying out credit card or bots trying out credit cards. Just to give you perspective, we had 67,000 plus attempted orders in under an hour. It's like,
Mm,
wow, that's crazy. So we had to block a few countries, but it shouldn't have impacted you. But if you tried to buy during that time, during that hour,
yeah.
the system got way overloaded. So that may have been the problem. So I apologize. But if you let the
I'll send
support
an
team know, they'll
email.
get you taken care of.
I'll send an email. But I'm
Okay.
here for this tonight.
I appreciate it.
Before I ask my question, may I ask a question about what Warren asked you?
Sure, go ahead.
So, if I understood what he just asked you and the response you just gave, it sounds as if there's a capability where I someone can be attempting to call me and we send them a text back. Is there a
Mhm.
calling feature in Go High Level?
Yeah, you can actually call directly through it. So we have our main number, for example. So my main phone number, I have to look it up because I don't even know what it is. But if you call our main phone number on our website, it actually rings into HighLevel, and HighLevel can answer that. HighLevel handles the voicemail for that, everything.
Okay.
And the neat thing is then it's all being tracked too. I mean, so
Yeah.
you've got access to track everything at that point, which makes it really nice. And then again, I can do triggers based on that, what Warren was asking for. So once those
Yeah.
calls are coming in, and by the way, we do IP telephony, so it's very inexpensive, but I can do that. The other thing that's nice is my team can call out. So, in my case, not everybody's the same way, but like Faith, who's the head of my customer service team, she's actually located in South Africa. So if Faith needed to call you, she could literally call you through my HighLevel from South Africa. No matter where you are in the world, it doesn't matter. I don't need international plans or everything else because it's all IP phone based at that point. And I pay by the minute, but I mean, our monthly phone bill is like $30 a month. I mean, it's next to nothing.
Am am I routing an existing number through? I didn't even know Go High Level did this. Am I
Yeah,
using
you can
an
you can route
existing
existing
number
numbers or you
or
can get new, either one. So
okay?
we used to route an existing number through, and then when I moved down to Alabama, we moved our corporate down to Alabama, so we thought we'd better move our phone number too, so we got a new phone number. But yeah, super easy to do.
All right. I didn't even know that. That was a bonus for tonight from tonight. Here's my question. I'm in the setup phases. I've uploaded, started to download all my emails out of Constant Contact, put those in, put tags on them. The last thing they ever came to for me, right?
Yep.
I was working with someone who uses it, and I said, well, the classes that I'm going to teach in June, I'm going to go ahead and set those up. And so she was saying something to me about putting stuff under courses. And I said, no. I said, I'm a part of this group, and we get this link with the Zoom link, right?
Hmm.
And so she said, well, so my question to you is this. As I'm learning to set this up, I understand that courses is where a recorded class would be. But if I wanted to teach my coaching workshop or any of the other skill development things live, like I do on Zoom, I normally just send them the link. And I
Right.
think I'd be loading that in an email that I'm sending out in that email triggering sequence that I just saw you do. Is there
Right.
a okay, I got that. All right. Is there a benefit to having separate communities as you set up with each individual course as opposed to using the courses feature in Go High Level? And I said, I'm going to ask him because he does this and it makes sense to me, but I don't know the rationale.
Yeah, well, let me explain the rationale, and that may help you figure out why we
What
do
to
it,
do.
if that
Right,
makes
right,
sense.
right, right.
So, yeah, so let me go ahead and share my screen. So what we're talking about is the courses side. So I'm going to go underneath memberships and communities. And inside here, I've got lots of communities. So we run
Right.
every training that we do. Every challenge training has its own community. The reason we did that, and the main reason we did that, Dr. Kenneth, is because of the fact that when we're doing the trainings, you know me, we've been enough. I give away
Yeah.
GPTs and everything like that. If you didn't take the LinkedIn challenge, I don't want you to be able to get access to that if you didn't take it. That's not fair to everybody that paid for it. So we do a separate community for each training because it allows us to do that. So I can go into any one of these communities that I want. So let's log in here real quick to AI Command Center. So I can log in and I have admin to all of them, but of course, if you took this class, then you would also have access in here. And then there's a discussion and there's announcements
Right.
and all that type of stuff that get in here. I can, by the way, I can customize all this any way I want. The Learning tab, I can link into a pre-recorded course. So one of the things, for example, that we're looking at right now, we just share YouTube links. We are looking at actually moving over to the prepaid learning where we would add a course for each, and then when the replays are done, they'd actually get uploaded to the course. I haven't done that yet because I don't think it's as nice of a user experience.
Yeah.
But that's some of the things we're looking at, mainly because our content's starting to get swiped by people. And so I'm trying to figure out ways to stop people from stealing it and showing up on Telegram for, half the price or whatever. And my biggest concern there is we had somebody buy one and it was like infected with malware. And I don't, he's like, your course was infected with malware. And I'm like, not my course. And he's like, well, I bought it on Telegram. And I'm like, yeah, I don't sell on Telegram. I'm so sorry. But I felt bad for him, so we're just trying to protect that. You've got an events calendar. You've got a leaderboard that you can set up. You've got members that you can take a look at and about and all that. And so I really like that. The reason that we did that, again, is that when members get into the community, then they get access to everything that's in here. Within this, though, you can, for example, I can add a channel. This is worth noting. I can add in a special channel here, which would add something on the left, and I can choose to make it private so that non-members, let's say I had a paid membership, I had a free community, but I had a paid upgrade. I could actually set up certain channels inside the group that only paid members could see. So that's a nice feature. I can also set it up as a read only. We do this for like the replay so that other people don't post in the replay channel. We just set up as a read only. That means only our admin team can post there. But so there's some nice features that are built in. This
Yeah.
one's branded in orange. Others are branded differently. Let me go ahead and click over here on like our Entrepreneurs Hub. This one's in white and blue.
Yep.
And one of the things I like is you have multiple communities. By the way, you can have an unlimited number of communities for that $97 plan. So, like if you're considering school charges you $99 a month per community. If I had to do that, I'd be spending literally thousands of dollars a month to
Yeah.
maintain these communities, and I'd have to close them down. Now I don't have to, so we can keep them available. And you can see we've got lots of them that are over here. But the neat thing is I can come in at any point in time I want, and I can move between this. And you probably know this, Dr. Kenneth, because you've got it. You too, when you log in, you get to see all your courses over here. And so
Yep.
that makes it convenient for you as well. So
I like the way it's formatted. I just couldn't when I was working with Crystal, I just couldn't figure out. I'm like, I don't know. He doesn't use the courses, and I kind of like this style. But I was
mhm.
like, well, let's talk about the rationale because maybe I need to think about what is the best way to set up mine.
Yeah, I mean, courses are great. The difference in courses, if we go take a look at our courses here a minute, is I'll just pop into one. So here's one that we're building out that way. I'm thinking about adding. So you can see I haven't got very far with it. So, but
Yeah.
here's an example. I've created a course for our AI unfiltered calls, and I posted one of them here. We were doing some testing. When I do that, that's fine. People can access this through either the course or through the portal. And what
Mm.
happens when they load it is they end up seeing something that looks like this. So the replay in this case, just to give you perspective, would look like this. You'd come here, and then if you wanted to play it, you'd go ahead and play it. The nice thing about this is let's say like in AI Unfiltered, we run these twice a month for everybody in AI Insiders. That
Okay.
means if you were here and you had access to 20 of them, they'd all be right here. You could just quickly see them. So there are some benefits to it. We're just, again, trying to debate what's going to provide the best user experience. You can get a lot deeper in courses. So let me grab one of my other courses real quick just to show you. So here's our GHL one. If you use our, and I don't know why they're not being filled out. We have a lot more. Okay. I found out something we need to fix. So we'll add that. Let's go ahead and grab my prompt mastery course. So this is a more in-depth one. We don't sell this one anymore, but we did for about a year. And you can see I've got multiple lessons that are all laid out, sub-lessons. You can add quizzes. You can add certificates of completion. All that type of stuff can be laid out. And it's really easy. I can go in and just fill this out. You can see I've got all my lessons on the side. I can put text in. I can put images. And again, if I want to preview this, here's a preview of what that course looks like. So this would be in section 1.1, and you can see there's 3 lessons. inside 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And it's easy for me to move between these lessons because I can just click right here. If I want to move the next category, there we go, and I can move through. It keeps track of completion. So we have 199 lessons in this course. You can track completion and all that. So that can be really beneficial. You can even do things like, let's say I have this one, we've got 4 lessons. I can set it. I don't have it this way, but you could set it so that I couldn't go watch adjusting AI responses until I'd watched
Until,
common
right,
prompting mistakes.
right.
So all that can be done. All this can be custom branded, custom colors, you name it, pretty much anything that you can imagine.
This is just
It's
like Thinkific for cheaper and more organized.
I really love the thing. I really do like it.
Yeah,
Somebody asked, yes, there is gamification, Camille, inside the courses. So you can set that up as well if that's something that you're interested in. So that helps with user engagement and things like that. So that can be a lot of fun. The system is, you know, like there's a reason I recommend. I mean, we use it, but it just I be you guys know me, I'm always honest with you guys, but I've never found a system for 97 bucks that does anywhere near what this does. If you're running a business, I think it's just a massive value for what you
yeah,
get. So
yeah.
that's why I share this. It's why I'm doing these trainings because I want to encourage people to see it. You don't have to buy it. It's not like I'm going to make a living off whether you do or not, but I want to encourage people because it's a tool that helps you grow a business. I mean, we literally started off with me and my GHL account, and now, you know, we're a 7-figure business with 12 employees, and I'm still on that same account, and
Yeah.
it's still supporting us just fine. So, you know, it definitely can make a difference. So
Mm.
thanks, Dr. Kenneth. I appreciate your question.
I'm getting back in line. Thank you.
No problem at all. No problem. Rini, you're up next. What's on your mind?
Hey, Jonathan. Okay, so I have begun the process of migrating from what I was using, and I still have it. I have both platforms right now for
Okay.
a few months just to give me time to migrate from Kartra to Go High
Hmm.
Level. I have 3 businesses that I'm transferring over. One of them, I have an extensive amount of videos and courses and all that stuff in the process of that. So I find no easier way than to just do it manually, unless there is an easier way. But my question has to do with the email domains. I already set up 3 email domains, one for each business.
Okay.
Um, and of course, it requires you to do a sub account. And then so it's asking me that I have to do like a reputation thing. Like I can only upload or I can only send out 1,000 emails, and I have to send out emails for 7 days before I
Hmm.
can send more out. What is the best way to do that?
So what you're running into is what they call warming up a domain. And
Yeah,
because your
right.
domain doesn't have enough experience yet, they're trying to protect you basically from yourself. Not that you're going to do anything wrong, but there are people that would. So they're doing it. The best way to do that is to take part of your list. So like if you can send out 1,000 emails a day, I'd send up like 900. And I would take 900 people from my list. I would, if you can, from your existing list, pick the people that you know are most likely to open. So if in
Right.
your existing system you can check open rates, take that 900 from people that have opened in the last 30 days and send
Okay.
them out to them because what's happening in the background and I pay a consultant to help me with this because it gets so convoluted to me. It's just overwhelmed for me. Sarah, my marketing manager, gets it all. I don't. But literally managing the domain reputation for the email sender and all that, you can press the easy button and you don't have to do any of it. So I don't want people to think, oh my gosh, this sounds complicated. No, you can do the defaults and it's really easy. But if you start getting around the defaults, you get a lot more control and you get a lot more protections. So, for example, we used to be on Beehive before we moved our emails over to HighLevel. Beehive's a great platform. I'm still on Beehive for my B email list, and no pun intended. But we have an A email list and we have a B email list. And sorry if I'm not answering your question. I know I'm going down a bit of a rabbit hole. But on our Beehive, we've literally found out that our emails weren't getting delivered before to the inbox because of
Mhm.
what somebody else on that same shared domain had done, causing
Right.
that domain to lose it. And so, high level, you can avoid all that. We have
Okay.
dedicated IPs. We're the only ones on it.
Okay.
So, there's lots to do. To answer your question, they'll pick your best 8 to 900 for 10 to 15 days, send those out. And then what will happen is high level will go, okay, you're not a spammer. You're doing the right things. You've got a
Okay.
good open rate. And then they'll bump it up. Like I said, we've been using it for about I want to say it was about a year ago that we actually moved our email over to HighLevel. We had been using Beehive, like I mentioned, and I don't know what our limit is today, but I know we send out over 100,000 a day on
Okay.
those domains.
Okay, so would it be beneficial to send out those emails and then put like some kind of call to action in there to, email us back or, just to get that, does it help the reputation at all to
Hmm.
get them to, like if they want feedback or give us feedback to do that reply thing?
The main thing, it's not going to hurt anything. The main thing they're checking is open rate. But yes, they also
Okay,
know whether they're clicking links, so that doesn't hurt one bit.
okay,
But you definitely want to send out emails that would entice them to open. If you've got a
okay,
reason like, a coupon you can share or something like that to that list, yeah, do that
okay.
and to let them know that because the more people that open that, the more reliable they're going to consider you to be as a sender, if that makes
So they're
sense.
saying to do it for 7 days for each domain.
Yep.
So I guess I can't even think of 7 emails to send out every day
Well,
because I have
you
to go
don't
to
have to
ChatGPT for that.
send. Yeah, you don't have to send one out every 7 days. It's just they're probably gonna
No,
make
no,
you
no.
send
It
seven
says it
emails.
says once every day for 7 days.
Oh, okay. So the other thing to do then is then take your list and divide your list and send it out to 500 people today and 500 people tomorrow and 500 people on the third day
Okay.
and just send that same email out to 500 different people or whatever your number is across the way.
Okay. All right.
So
Just okay, great. Okay, I'll do
does that
that.
make
So,
sense? Yeah.
yes, it does. So just quick second question is
Sure.
when you were back on the groups, the community page there, it had a little icon with a video and it said go live within the group. Um,
Yes.
I have clicked that. It does nothing for me. What is that and what does it do?
Oh, it's so cool. So if I'm in my membership communities, let's go in here. I'm not going to go through it because I don't want to go live right now, but they just added this a couple weeks ago. And you have the
'Cause I
ability,
have the $300 plan, the 297
yes.
plan. And
So
I'm
you
just
should have
wondering,
the ability to do that. Yeah.
okay, what does it do?
You basically go live video, but you're streaming live to this group.
To the group only.
So, yep, to that group only. So when I click in here and I go live, I'm clicking live in this group only. So much like Facebook, if you go live on Facebook, you can do it to
Right.
different areas. I'm doing that right here, and I can click go live, and again, it'll set everything up here.
Okay.
Um, and you
With
can
your
see one of my
camera.
subdomains. But yeah, I basically set it all up. Let me just say allow, choose where to post. Where is this going to get posted? You can see it's already
Okay.
grabbed my microphone. I can
Okay.
turn on other things and I'll
You can
allow that.
schedule. You can schedule.
Let's take a look here. I haven't been in here recently. Hang on, I'm
Or is it just a
waiting.
now thing?
So let's find out trainings. I thought it was just a now thing.
Okay.
What's probably happening is they're probably getting ready to see if we can do video and video here. Yep, look at that. We can do
Okay.
video and video. So I can prep everything. They're probably rolling out some new features that are going to let you schedule that. So one of the
Okay.
things that HighLevel does a lot of is that they release new features all the time. I mean, there's new stuff coming
Okay.
out constantly.
Is there a
And
chat that goes with that? I mean,
I've
could you like replace that for instead of using Zoom if you wanted to for quick conversations?
certainly for short stuff, yeah. I mean, for short trainings, absolutely you could. I have not done it myself, but I've watched it be done a couple times. We just are in the habit of doing stuff on Zoom all the time. But yeah, you could do that. The other thing you can do is keep in mind that you have, where is it here a minute? Bear with me while I try to remember. It's under marketing. Nope. Where is it? Somewhere in here, we have a webinar feature. There it is. So you
Okay,
can
yeah.
go here and you can actually run webinars and everything through HighLevel.
So actual live webinars through it?
Hmm. Yeah, you can set up funnels and then yeah, run the webinar and everything. This is the funnel into the webinar. So it's
Okay,
just
so it's not using Zoom. It's using its own system?
see how I can set up an on-demand webinar or live here. So
Okay.
let's say I want to do an on-demand real quick.
Have you ever
And
tried it? I mean, is there like a chat feature or, have you
well,
tried it?
no, I don't like webinars because they limit when you do a webinar, yes, there is a chat feature, but
Okay.
I don't like them because you're limited to see by the default, like right now, if you go on, you can see we've got 96 people on the call. Everybody can see
Right.
that, and
Right.
everybody can see who they are.
Right.
A lot of people don't like that. And I don't, I do like that. I like to be able to see who's on the call. I like to be able to have people in the chat, be able to do stuff. And I like people to be able to communicate. In a webinar, the chat works differently. It's not an open chat. It's
Kind
only
of
a
like
chat
a
from you.
one-to-many kind of conversation.
Yeah, I can send to everybody, but you can only send to me. And candidly,
Okay.
I like the fact that you guys can have conversations in there, and we've gotten feedback that people like that. So as a result, long answer to a good question. I don't tend to do webinars just because of some of the innate limitations of a webinar, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anything's wrong with the system. It's just the innate limitations of the way webinars work, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That really is
You're most
helpful.
welcome. Absolutely. Rebecca, you're up next. What's on your mind?
How you doing today?
I
I
am
have a
doing great.
question
Yeah.
about adding products. So I've heard that there's multiple ways that it can be done. So I want to
True.
hear best practices before we dive too deep into too many products. So I've heard, and please correct me if this is misinformation, but you can create a product so that it's quote unquote like in your warehouse.
Yep.
And then you can funnel it wherever you want. But then there's also creating your funnel page, and you can add or create the product within the funnel page so that it's just its independent own sales landing page. And then there's the whole store product, like all of your stuff on display. So it seems like there's a lot of options, and I just want best practices of where do we start?
So here's the good news. The product that you set up, you're right. You can set it up in any three ways, but it's still in the same product catalog. In other
Okay.
words, there aren't three different catalogs that you're setting up. You don't have to worry about if you set up a product, it's in your product catalog. You then get to
Okay.
choose where do you want it displayed? Do you want it displayed? Things like that. So, for example, when I set up a product, I get to choose, do I want it in my store or do I not want it in my store? We have some
Mhm.
products that are not in the store and on purpose because they're invite only or something like
Mhm.
that, but they're still there because we need people to use them. The other thing that you can do is for example, and they're changing this, so I may change my mind, but at the moment, the product pages that are set up are not as robust as like a funnel page. And so because of what we do, a lot of times I want to actually send people to the funnel page, not to the product page. So what we did as a result is we changed our product pages around so that it's literally just the description, and then we added a button that says click here to view the details. That button, which is now in our part of our product, actually links to the funnel page. I
Okay.
imagine at some point they'll make that easier, but it's really not that hard. It's you set up your funnel and then you add the button, so it's really easy. And then in the store, when you go there, it brings up the image. You have a button to buy now, and you have a button to click here to get details. And that if you click the details, it goes to our funnel page.
Okay.
But the
So is
products, regardless of where you set them up, are all in the same catalog.
okay. So is it best practice then to set up your product in products so that
Wherever's
way it
convenient, doesn't really matter.
I was hoping you would just say, Rebecca, do it this way, because it seems like I mean, it's all great, but I mean, I don't want to backtrack and go do the work again. So I'm just trying to,
And again, you won't have to because if you create that product, no matter where you create it, it'll be there. Our process, just so you know, our process, we go into the product manager, we create the product there first. That way we
okay.
know we've got everything set up. We can set up the pricing. You can set up upsells from there. We didn't even talk about that. Let's say you're selling a
Mhm.
digital product and you want to do, I don't do this, but a lot of people, as you know, when they do trainings, the training is X number of dollars. And if you want the replay, it's more dollars, or maybe the training's
Right.
free. So we don't do that. We just give that away. But you can set that up as upsells. You can do multiple upsells within things. You can link other products out. You can do annual and monthly. So we've got a lot of like our memberships. You can either buy monthly or you can save money if you buy annual. You pay for 10 months and get
Mhm.
the whole year type of thing. All of that supported through the system. We set up the product first and then we go set up the funnels because in the funnels you have to link a product. If I'm laying it out when I build out a funnel page, you
Mhm.
basically insert the shopping cart module. It's called a
Mhm.
one-step order form. And then inside the funnel, you have to say, okay, you have put the one-step order form in. What product do you want to sell on this page? And then you need to
Right.
link it in. You can from there, if you haven't set the product up, you can go, oh, I forgot. And you can set it up right there. but I prefer to set up the product first. So yes, best practice. I should have answered. We do set up the product first and then go in there. But
Okay.
all,
I've heard many different methodologies to doing it, and it's like none of them seem to be the same. And so it's like, okay, but wait, I just don't want to go back or be like, or like you said, you're in a rush and you're trying to get it done because you want to get your product out, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh
yep.
crap, I got to go back and do
You
this.
mean
And
I'm
I
not
got to
the
go back
only
and do
one that
that.
does that, Rebecca? Come on. I thought, you know, my team tells me I'm the only one that comes up with stuff last minute.
No. ADHD brain right here. Every time you post about ADHD, I just want to give you a hug because I'm like, dude, someone finally understands all the madness that goes on in the head and how you forget things. And
Absolutely.
tell people not to
Absolutely.
worry. You've got this, even though it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You'll get it done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I work well on deadlines. I did when I was in elementary school and middle school and high school and well, college. I kind of skipped everything, but you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
And no one will know because it still looks amazing and badass. And it's the best thing that you could have created. And they're like, how did you do that all in one night?
yeah. Well,
ADHD.
now it's better because now we have AI.
Right? Yes, that is true. Well, I appreciate it, and I'm really glad that you're doing Go High Level. My business partner, and I love the product, and hearing how you're using it and your methodology and reason and logic does help quite a bit. So thank you.
You're most welcome at all. And I appreciate the feedback. We want to make these valuable. And I mean, there's all kinds of lessons and here's how to set this up and I think those are great, but I want to try to answer specific questions because I think this adds value and I'm glad to hear that's working. So I appreciate that feedback very much. Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. By the way, in 2 weeks, I think it is, I'm doing an AI and ADHD class. You might
Stop
enjoy
it.
that. Yeah,
Oh my
dead serious.
goodness.
I did all the layout for it last night. So you're probably too young to remember this, but it's going to be called Infinity, AI plus ADHD, and then superpowers unite. Do you remember that cartoon? You're probably too
Yes,
young to
and thank
remember that.
you. Bless you. I'm not that much younger than you. I mean, I'm a little younger than you. I'm not
You're definitely
significantly.
younger than I am, yes.
No, not
So
really. But thank
yeah.
you. So you just made my day.
Well,
We'll be
there you
friends forever
go.
now.
I love it. See, that's all we need. Thank you, Rebecca. I
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Jonathan. Yep.
All right. Warren, you're back with us. What's on your mind, sir?
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, because I keep unmuting myself. Yeah, so I got one more question. I figured I thought
Yeah.
about this. So let's just say, okay, so I want to learn high level. Would it
Yep.
how easy would it be? Let's say if I want to take all the help docs and all the information and just upload it to Notebook. Would that be a good idea? Or how would I do that?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you'd say that, Warren. Let me show you something here real quick. You guys, most of you know I'm a big NotebookLM fan, and I love it for learning new things. And I'll show you an example of one. Unfortunately, I can't share it because it's on my business account and they don't let me share. Otherwise, I'd share it with you. But let me look here a minute. The only thing they need to add a search in here, which they haven't done yet. So I definitely have to. There we go. So take a look. I've got 299 sources in here. It's got all their help docs and a lot more in here that we want to add. And I use this for all kinds of things. So give me any question you might have, Warren, about high level, and I'll show you how it works.
Well, one question I know a lot of people ask about the ADP, setting up the ADP.
ADP. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
is ADP.
Well, A2P compliance.
Oh, A2P. Oh, A2P compliance. Sorry. I heard ADP. My apologies. Yeah. So let's try it. Tell me about setting up A2P compliance. By the way, it is a pain in the butt. It's not a high level problem. It is 100% a federal government problem. So just if you ever wonder about that. But here's a great thing. When you have to do this the first time you set up a phone number, it's not, I shouldn't say it's a pain in the butt. It just takes a little bit of paperwork. You have to prove to the federal government that you're not going to go out and be basically cold texting people that don't want to get text messages. So we'll wait just a minute. It's searching through all 299 sources. That includes all the documentation I could get from GHL. And now, perfect. Based on the provided sources, setting up A2P 10 DLC, application to person 10-digit long code, that's what it's called. Compliance is a mandatory requirement for businesses operating in the US and send SMS marketing messages via high level. Truth. You could leave off that has nothing to do with high level. If you're a US business and you're sending SMS messages, you need to do that.
Okay.
And here's the process. It walks you through the whole thing, everything you need to do. And the neat thing is I could even say, let's have fun with it and say, give me a prompt that I can use to create an infographic about this using the infographic feature in Studio. And then you'll know it'll do that. You can go over to the studio. If you're not familiar with this, it will create all kinds of different media based on that. By the way, if you're new to NotebookLM, the unique thing about NotebookLM is that it only uses the data you've uploaded for reference. So you minimize the chance of hallucinations because it's drawing stuff from here. It still can hallucinate, but it's drawing from all of this. So, okay, hang on here a minute. We're getting our thing. We'll go create it. So I'm going to copy that, go over to infographic, and I want to do a portrait one that's tall, and I can paste that on in and generate. And we'll take just a second here and we'll see. And so Warren, like you're saying, when you want to learn something, here's the other thing, and this is another course that we've got coming up. I use Notebook all the time to help me with content ideation for social media posts because I can create these massive notebooks of stuff, and then based upon that notebook, I can grab real information, pull that together, and create social media, create blog posts, create video scripts, all that in just minutes. So I'm a huge fan of Notebook when it comes to that. We'll give it a minute to think while it creates that infographic. But yeah, this is, I think, is what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. So how did you pull all that into there? Was it just from the Go High Level site? You put it all 290 documents, I think you said, 290 sources?
I did it right from in here. So I had some high level documentation that I uploaded, and then I used the deep research feature inside of here to tell it what I was looking for. And then I double checked the sources. And then I ran deep research a couple times to bring in. So I did, deep research on, high level analytics, and another one on their online review, and another one on the CRM. And so that way I was able to bring in all of that information, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So yeah, pretty simple and straightforward, but very effective. Incredible way to learn new stuff. We'll come back to that infographic here in a minute. But hopefully, did I answer your question for you, Warren?
Yeah. Yep. Thanks.
Awesome. Absolutely. Rini, you're up next. What's on your mind?
Yeah, it's just a quick follow-up question
No
for
problem.
the video. When you are doing live webinar, you're doing the go live in the community. Where does that video go? Does it go into GHL's media
Yes.
center?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
it
So
goes
it
right in the media folder.
automatically goes in there, so you don't have to upload anything. Good. Okay.
Correct.
Just speaking on the A2P, I have had Twilio for years. It was
Yeah.
a royal pain to set up, years ago when I did it. But when I set it up with GHL, it was super easy, like 15 minutes, and I was so amazed.
Yeah, and we used you can use either Twilio or HighLevel now has their own service. I forget, it's called like LMS or something like that, but that you can use. Either one are fine. We've always used Twilio because, like you, I've been using it since 2021, and back in 2021, HighLevel didn't have their own program. So Twilio is really easy to set up. It's kind of like for email, you can use different services. We use one called Mailgun. And if you don't
Right.
know what this means, don't worry about it. It's really easy when you go through setup. In fact, somebody asked earlier, and this is probably a good thing for me to answer, what type of training support do I give if you use my affiliate link? The answer is none. You get access to our free training and that type of stuff, but we don't actually give you training. Whether you use mine or not, I recommend you buy through an affiliate, which is what I am, as opposed to buying from a reseller. Not that there's anything wrong with resellers, but the way the high level support works is if you buy through my link, and again, you don't have to, it's not the whole purpose here, but they don't expect me to do any tech support. So now you get to talk to high level for all their tech support, and their tech support has went from essentially non-existent in 2021 when I started to really good. In fact,
Really
one of the things I love about high level now is if you're a subscriber, you can literally hop on a Zoom call with somebody from high level tech support 24 hours a day. And
right.
that's really cool. If you sign up through a reseller, you don't have that option. They won't talk to you because you're through the reseller, and the reseller is part of their obligation is to provide that level of support. Now, I know a lot of resellers, they're great people. I'm not saying anything against it, but unless you like have a particular reason to use a reseller that's bundling it, I recommend using an affiliate like myself or somebody else because when you buy that way, you'll get a 30-day trial instead of a 14-day trial, which is nice. Secondarily, you then get direct access to high level from a support perspective. And if you got a problem at 2 in the morning and you woke up because your tuck is blowing up because your funnel's messed up, which by the way, you make mistakes and it does happen. At least I do. I've had that happen. It's really nice to be able to hop on a Zoom with a high level support person and literally they're looking at your account and your screen and they're going, "Oh, Jonathan, click here and fix that. That'll do that." saved me hours and got me some more sleep. So that's just a personal recommendation as to what that. When you do use my link, all of these trainings that we do, if you attend live, we let you attend free and we send you the replay. But if you are going to miss some of them or you're worried about that, or you want to see the extra stuff that we do, we have a whole list of videos and training that's continuing to expand. And if you use my link, I give you free access to that. It is an automation. So if you've used my link and you didn't get it, email my support team. They'll get you taken care of. Sometimes our links get broke. It's not on HighLevel. That's on us. But if you ever run into that, just let us know and we'll get you guys there. So hopefully that answers that question about support.
Well,
Rebecca, you're back up. Oh,
I
go
was
ahead. I'm sorry. No,
just
go
real
ahead.
quick. By the way, I did sign up through your affiliate link, so
Thank you.
bless you with that. So I believe I got the link to, like the recordings and stuff. Is that within a community group on your
Yep, we have a
website?
special
Okay.
community.
Okay.
Let me show you what you should be expecting, just so you know what to get. So we have our
Do you
communities
send
here.
out emails for email reminders of when you're going to have the live trainings? Because I don't believe I've seen that in my emails. Like I'll catch it if I take one of your classes or if I see it on Facebook or whatever. Are you guys sending out emails for the reminder?
For these, yes, you should be getting them. Now it's
Mhm.
possible we may have missed one at the moment. Certainly possible. I can't. There it is. There's a GHL. So this is what you will get access to. This is a private high-level community, and if you use the affiliate link, then we let you into that. Again, we run reports. Just so you know, we run reports every couple weeks on that, and so sometimes there is a bit of a lag from that. It's not automated to come through, but if you have got it. If you bought through our link and you haven't got it, just email support at Whitebeard Strategies. They'll double check and get you taken care of in a matter of minutes. So, but yeah,
Okay.
this is group, and we throw more videos in there, and you can say, here's an example. They did this, and then in the events to see, yep. So this one got posted. So if you're in the group, you're supposed to 24 hours ahead of time get an email telling you about
Okay,
it.
well, maybe since I signed up, maybe I didn't get registered into it. I don't know, but I just haven't been receiving the emails. I'm finding the trainings by accident, but I did
All
sign
right,
up through your link.
so here, let's do this. Don't tell anybody. I know a bunch of you have done this, so hang on. Because we love all you guys. There's the link. Click on it and you can join.
Oh, yeah. Bless your heart.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're not trying to be exclusive. I'm trying to get people to use my affiliate link because it makes me look better to HighLevel and lets them continue
Yeah,
to keep me as an endorsed provider. But
it looks
yeah,
like I'm already in there. Yeah, because I can see I just popped in and there I am. So I'm already
okay,
registered. Okay,
perfect.
great. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. No, good question. All right. Next, we've got Rebecca back up again. What's
I'm
up?
back. You didn't have that
I
many
love
people
it.
online, so I thought I'd ask one more since you're available.
I appreciate that. No problem. We've got tons in the chat we can go to, but I'm happy to take live. That's never a problem. We'll
Yeah,
do
if
our
they're not
best, by
brave
the way, to
enough to get on
respond.
camera, they need to stay over there. Like, get on camera
Yeah,
if you
no,
want to ask
well,
a question.
and we will, by the way, if you put it in the chat, we didn't get to you, we will do our best to go ahead and get you reset up or get your questions answered. So yeah, if you've got any questions about that, just let us know.
So the
Awesome.
question I have is about the media and the storage. So
Okay.
if you're doing all of your social media stuff through the social media platform and you're uploading all your graphics, because I do know from being the recipient, you do a lot with graphics and
We do.
making sure you have visual cues. What type of practice do you can tell them from corporate? So what's your best practice? What do you recommend in making sure that you keep your storage space free, like with all those images? Do you go in and clean things up every month,
So
or are you worried about space? All those
since we're
things.
since we're smaller and they're not charging me more money for it, I don't worry about it.
Okay.
If they start charging me more money, I'll begin doing something about it. We do have a best practice that we use for images, though, before they get uploaded. One of the things, and HighLevel actually supports this even natively in the media library. When you upload, you can by default have it set to optimize your images. What that's
Mm-hmm.
going to do is it's basically going to shrink it to as small as it can shrink it without negatively impacting the visual. And
Okay.
you're familiar with this, obviously, from what you've done, Rebecca. But if you're not familiar with it and you're watching the call, most digital images can be compressed significantly and you can't see the difference between them. It's difference the computer can, but you can't visually, we can't see the difference. And so they will run an algorithm, and it's not terribly aggressive, by the way, because I've got some other tools that are a lot more aggressive, but it'll
Mm-hmm.
save a lot of space that way. at the moment, like I said, knock on wood, I'm not getting charged for it, so I'm not really that
Right.
worried about it. But if I was, then I would go, hang on, where's that coming from and what's that about?
So they will, I'm assuming then they would notify you before your,
They'd bill my credit card is what they do, because
okay,
once you're on with them, then you give them permission. But I think there's settings, and I apologize just because I'm not the only one in my account. I've got my team in there a lot, managing
right.
a lot of it, and I'm kind of out of sight, out of mind, so I let them have responsibility for it. But like the other day, I got billed $10, and I was like, I happened to see it on my credit card come through, and I'm like, why am I getting billed $10 from GHL? And
Yeah.
I asked my marketing manager, and she goes, that's our phone number. And I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember. We're on a
Gotcha.
$10 roundup that as soon as we get down to something, we deposit another $10. And sometimes it's 2 or 3 months before I have to pay it. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 days. But I was like, why am I paying $10? So, there are things that you pay for, but most of them are not an issue. I think the most expensive thing we pay for outside of it is our mail gun. And again,
Mhm.
that's because of the volume of emails that we send. But, most of us are not, I mean, I wish I didn't send that many. I guess it doesn't matter, but most of us are not sending 100,000 emails a day. And so knowing what I'm spending,
Congratulations. That's a
yeah, I
not
mean,
too
it's all
bad, but
good. I mean, I guess I'd like to send 1 million if I got my same, the email list is important, don't get me wrong. But we also know that there's costs associated with
yeah.
everything that you have to do nowadays, but none of it's
So
none of it's extreme.
with the images that you've already used in the social planner and have uploaded to social media, if you were to delete them from your,
It's not going to hurt a thing.
it's not going to disrupt anything out on social media or anything that you've
No.
done.
Yeah, because
So this,
it's literally uploading them to all the social media channels. There's no link
okay.
back to them.
So the only ones that you really want to make sure that you do not touch are the ones that are in your community, like your Go High Level
Yep.
community.
Or on your landing pages, your product
Right.
pages, anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not, what about email?
You want to make sure that you've got it. If the email's out and nobody's going to see it, if you delete it, that image, I think will go away, because I don't think most of the emails are storing that. I think they're links back.
Yeah, I
Have to
think so.
double
Okay.
check, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure they're linking back to, because
Yeah.
a lot of the email programs don't like it when you attach an image. They know there's
Right.
ways to put malware and all that in images, so they prefer to have a link that they pull up like a browser would, as opposed to an actual embedded image.
Okay. So I just
Yeah.
want to thank you for that clarity. I know from running systems in the past, like if you don't stay on it from the get go, then it gets out of control. And
It can get out of control really fast. Yeah.
yeah.
I have a
So,
four I have a 4 terabyte drive that's connected to my laptop that just has backup images on it, and it's like 3/4 full. So
dude, you're like looking into my world now. Stop it. You're calling me out. I have the same thing.
yeah, well,
So,
we've also got a 14 terabyte that's almost full of stuff. And just the other day, it was like, what are we going to do about that? And I'm like, it's cheaper literally to buy more storage than it is to go sort it out and figure out what's there. Um,
amen. Yes, that's why maybe I have too many as well. Yes.
Yeah. So my advice, by the way, totally unrelated to what we're talking about, go buy a small storage area network. I've got one with like 6 drives in it. It's
Yep.
fully RAID compliant, if you know what that means, random
Yep.
array of independent drives. And you can upgrade at any point in time, because you can pull a drive out and you can put another one in, and it'll rebuild the array. So you literally just can swap out hard drives, and it's awesome. So yeah.
I'll have to look into that. I mean, no,
Yeah.
I really shouldn't. You
Yeah.
don't
If you
encourage
need a
this
lot of
bad
storage,
behavior.
it's nice. We didn't go crazy on it, but it is really nice to be able to know that, like I had to the other day, it was out of storage. I can replace 2 drives at a time, I think. I pulled one, we bought a new drive, I put the new drive in, and then the next day or 2 days later, it had rebuilt everything. I don't even know how it all works, but it all had worked. And now I had an extra like 4 terabyte of storage because I put a bigger drive in or something. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, that sounds like another fun adventure for me to track down. So, Jonathan, thank
More
you once
more
again. Appreciate
technology, and
you.
you can be like me, and you can actually have it sitting underneath your TV in your living room, because it comes in a nice black box, and your wife's like, I don't care where you put it. I'm like, cool, it's really close to the Wi-Fi if I put it there. So that's where it is.
Say what that was again. What did you call that?
The storage area network, Dr. Mitchell.
Thank
Um, Yeah, and I don't even know the current brands. We bought ours like 5 years ago, but we literally just keep updating drives as need be. Let me give you a quick idea. We've got a couple minutes yet. I'll get to the last two people we got up. So let me just pull this up really quick. Let's see here. Best storage area network for small businesses with full RAID capabilities and hot swapping. Hot swapping means, again, while the drive's running, you can pull one of the drives out and put it back in. Let's just see what they recommend. That maybe it'll remind me of something that I've got or not. Let's see here, SAN or NAS. I don't know the difference. So I can tell you this is what I have. I have a Synology. I don't know which one I have, but let's go take a look. Synology. I'm sure they have different models than I have now, but let's look here. Products, data, probably storage is what I want. Disk station manager. That's what I think I have, a disk station. Let's look. Man, you want to look for a product picture and you can't find one. Bummer.
Disk Station is the software, Jonathan.
Oh, is it? Okay. Thank you. This tells you what I know. I just use these things. So here we go. Synology NAS. So this is what it's going to look like. Something like this. You get a device like that, and then ours I think has 6 or 8 drives in it. But you can get different size ones that are different companies, and then each of these drives can be split out over time. So call your IT guy. I'm not the guy to tell you what to buy in here, other than that I do have a Synology and it works really well. And it's nice to be able to have. But as you can see, you got to invest a few bucks in them too. They're not dirt cheap. They're not terrible, but they're not dirt cheap. The good news is we've had ours for like 5 years and it still runs like a clock. So, and it's moved between Michigan and Alabama at least 5 times as we've brought it back and forth. So it's pretty good. All
That's
right,
awesome.
let's.
Thank you. Thanks again, Jonathan. I
Yeah,
appreciate
sorry
it.
for the segue, guys. You know me, I've got ADHD. You get me into a rabbit hole and I'm gonna doze. So,
Hey, every
all
little bit
right,
helps.
we appreciate it. Angela, what's I hope I'm seeing there is getting that right. My eyes are getting tired. What can we do for you? You're muted, Angela. Can you unmute for me? Lower left-hand corner, you should be the mic.
I'm a
There.
teacher. I should know better. Thank you so
Now I
much.
can hear you. That's all right.
Thank you for having this. I did use your link last week to sign up, but I just haven't been able to dig in. So thank
That's
you for
okay.
this.
Yeah.
The question that I have is, do you know in the course area, are you able to embed websites within the course area? I have some domains on Namecheap, and I do like interactive websites for my students. So I'm kind
Okay.
of wondering if I'm able to like maybe embed a website within the course itself, where I might see a video, a webinar, and then they're able to access the interactivity
To the
inside of
best of
it.
my knowledge, you would actually have to put a link to it. I don't think you can
It would
embed it
have to be a
inside the
link.
course, but you could
Okay.
do a link to that. Yes, you could, and the videos and all that, yes, you can upload. But if you've got
Okay.
like interactive functionality built into a website, I'm not aware, I could be wrong, but I'm not aware of any way to embed that
Like
into
no
the course.
iframe or anything like that.
I'm sure you could try iframes, and it probably would work. iframes,
Okay.
just every time I use iframes, I'm unhappy with the results, so I don't tend to
Okay.
recommend them. But technically, I mean, Dale, you're on here. You may be able to help out. Dale, I mean, technically, an iframe, if you can technically put it most anywhere, it just doesn't necessarily work well. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not real responsive.
Yeah,
So
and the
that's where
issue
you
is
have problems.
mobile. And thank you. And thank you for reminding me. We just talked about in the last call. The issue is really with mobile. If everybody's on desktop, it's not too bad. But the moment you move it into mobile, it doesn't tend to, it basically shrinks everything and it's impossible to see on mobile.
Hey, Jonathan, I just wanted to mention
Okay.
something concerning
Please.
that real quick. So I was able to embed a spiritual gifts test on my GHL, one of my courses or whatever. So ChatGPT did help me to embed it with, because when I put the JavaScript code, it had a problem. GHL had a problem, and then it created like an iframe for me, and I tested it on both desktop and mobile, and it displays perfectly. So I guess I said all that to say to ask ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you use that it can probably help you find the wrap or the workaround
There
to
you go.
whatever
Yeah.
thing you're
you.
trying to embed.
Oh, that's awesome. And you can literally see it like on the screen and they can,
Yes, yeah, because
oh,
I have it's a paid thing for people to take a spiritual gifts test, and I have the JavaScript on a different website. I got the code, put it on there, and it wrapped it. It wouldn't take the JavaScript itself,
okay.
because GHL's different
Mm-hmm.
somehow, or
Right.
maybe my JavaScript is different somehow, and it kind of fixed it for me and gave me the right wrap that I needed and wrapped it in an iframe, and it displays just fine.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you for
Thank you
that.
for that. I'm going to
Yeah,
try
that's
it.
awesome.
That's what I need.
There's
Thank you.
Yeah. Let us know,
there's
Angela. Let us know
another
how that works. Yeah, go ahead,
there's
Dale.
another element that you can use, and that's the HTML element. And with that, you put it into your frame, you click on it, and then you go to the code editor, and you can just pop anything in there.
Okay. See, I use a lot of JavaScript for the interactive elements. So I'm
Well,
wondering
that
if
may
that
work
would.
also because there's also a place where you can put your CSS and JavaScript over on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did the HTML editor and I put the JavaScript code inside the HTML editor. And at first it didn't work, but I asked ChatGPT how to make it work and it gave me the wrap to do it.
Oh,
Let me
awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
let me just show you real quick so if everybody's wondering what that means, I'll create a blank one here. Oops, test. So they're and we didn't have a time to go through this today. We need to do a whole course on just building funnels because their web builder is pretty nice. It's not perfect, but it's pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a test page here real quick a minute. And this is the same as the web builder. I just happen to pick funnels. And when I go to edit that, what you've got is you end up with start with a blank section that you've got. I can do all this if I need to. I don't want to. So let's start with an element. And what we were talking about here is I'm going to insert, let's say, a column. And then inside that column, we're going to go grab, is it HTML in here? I think, yep, code. Here we go.
Yes.
You literally grab the code bit and drag that in. Notice I can drag it. And now over on the side, I've got the actual code. So you'd literally paste your code in here. Or no, I'm sorry, you paste it over here on this side. This is the AI. I keep forgetting AI is trying to help out. So you literally just paste your code in here, or if you want, you can actually open your code editor and paste everything right there. So,
And
and
then
then,
up at the top, I think it's next to the underneath the back button, those symbols. There's
mhm,
one for the CSS. I think it's
yep,
right
tracking, there it
there.
is.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you can put custom CSS in there as well. So that probably will help you out, Angela. That should give you
It
what you
will.
need.
I'll let you guys know. I'm super excited. I'm be up all night. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. And Dale, thank you
Thank
for
you.
helping out with that. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dale.
Dale knows this, I've said it before, but I appreciate all of you guys in the community for helping out when I don't have the answers. So thank you for that. That's really just amazing. I appreciate it. Jeff, you're up next. What's on your mind today, sir?
Hey, Jonathan, good to be back with you. Happy
Yeah,
New
good to see
Year.
you again.
Um, so I acquired Go High Level via your relationship with FormWise. I
Yep.
lightly use FormWise. I have not been using Go High Level.
Okay.
It's something I know I need to do. So, and I don't want a bunch of different Go High Level accounts.
No, no, you don't want to do that.
Right. And so I know form wise, but there's a decision I need to make. I'm kind of pro Jonathan. Everybody else may feel the same way. So
Well,
um,
thank you.
uh, FormWise is a reseller, so I
Correct.
don't get what I get, and I didn't know that distinction. So you being an affiliate, I have a bit different, support system if I
Yeah, you
go through
ultimately
you.
you have a direct relationship with HighLevel at that point, as opposed to a direct relationship with FormWise. Now, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with it. Let me be very clear. Your account functionality isn't any different. It's not like you're getting a different account or that. The difference is on the support level. Joa, are you on the call? I thought I saw you earlier. Joa, I know you've experienced this too, I believe. And
I'm
if I'm
here.
wrong,
And I
tell me if
apologize. I'm in my bed. I broke my foot.
I heard. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. It's
Yeah.
terrible. You got to be more careful. Come on,
Just letting the dog out, sucks
Oh
getting old.
man. Well, thank you for joining us. You, I believe, have had some experience with this on the support side. Am I correct or am I incorrect? The difference between the reseller and the affiliate. And again, the real difference is when you go through, like I'm an affiliate. So when you go through me, you're not paying me for HighLevel. You're paying Go HighLevel for it.
Correct. So
If you go through a reseller, you're paying the reseller. Sorry, Joey, go ahead.
yeah, so because you have yours through FormWise, they're basically giving you it's called a sub account.
Hmm.
And they are supposed to support you. So if you have
Yeah.
any questions, you cannot go directly to GHL. If you have a direct account with them, so like if you use Jonathan's affiliate link and get an account through his affiliate link on your sub account, you'll have an agency account and a sub account. And on your agency account, you'll be able to just click a button that's a little, I think it's a blue question mark button, and they'll put you into a queue for a Zoom call at 24/7,
Yeah,
holidays, everything.
it's super
Wow.
nice.
That's
Yeah, and
impressive.
the one thing I don't know is if you, like on your FormWise account, if you have access to GHL University, if you were to go direct to GHL, like as through Jonathan's affiliate link, you would have access to their GHL University too, which is a bunch of pre-recorded.
Yeah.
I,
It's in a classroom, just like Jonathan
yeah.
has set up,
I
all
don't,
kinds of
I'm
uh,
not sure about that
courses.
part. I mean, FormWise has been a great company.
Hmm.
Admittedly, I don't use FormWise to the extent that I should. Um, and they've been good to work with. So I'm not knocking FormWise in the least. I'm just trying to look for the best relationship with Go High Level if I want to do that. And but the what I get with the FormWise account that I assume wouldn't be available in other places, whether it be Jonathan or anywhere else, are the specific um, uh, tools and templates and things like that that FormWise has put into the Go High Level
Correct. And
back
that's
end.
one of the things that the resellers bring in that that an affiliate like me doesn't is you get access to a lot of that stuff from the reseller. That's
Right,
correct.
So
right,
if you
right.
have you set it up already, your high level account that's through FormWise,
I've signed into it, and that's the
the
extent
extent
of
of it.
the
Yeah.
site. So I think probably what I needed to investigate real quick is whether I have access to GHL University. That would make a big difference, and I don't know that fact. So
Yeah. But because that is the thing when you go through with a somebody that's reselling it, they may have they're called snapshots, those kind of pre-formed templates that can be a website or automations or email templates, whatnot, um, that
yeah,
they
if you're
may
getting
have given you access to.
right, and if you're using FormWise to create the apps and things that you can do within FormWise, and then they give you the templates and Go High Level to present those, that's there's certainly an advantage there.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, you
absolutely.
just have to weigh the pros and cons of
Right.
of
Okay. Well, thank you
Good
very much. I
question. Joa,
appreciate it,
thank
John.
you so
Thank you.
much. How long are you stuck on healing? I don't know how long it takes with a broken leg.
well, it's my foot. I broke the bone in
Oh,
on the outside of my foot, and
ow.
they said 16 to 18 weeks in a boot or shoe.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So I
Oh
had my
wow.
computer at the Apple store at the mall, so my daughter drove me there and I came back and picked it up. So now I'm back in bed with it propped up. So
Oh my goodness. Well, if there's
yeah.
anything we can do for you, let me know.
Thanks. No, a friend let me borrow one of those fun knee scooters, so you know.
Cool.
And I'm headed to Cancun next week for AI Unleashed. So
Awesome. Well, have a great
new
time.
knee scooter and all.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, just make it happen, right?
Yep.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate your adding into that. That's great. So, I'm going to go to, we're at time, but I'm going to add a few more questions out of the chat. One of the things that I see a couple of people, Chris is asking about that Notebook LM. I can't share that one because it's in my corporate account. Would you guys find value if I created one of those and shared it with the group? I'd be happy to do that and share that. Yeah, I say Dr. Kenneth likes that idea. Okay. I'll make that to my list. Dr. Kenneth, as you're nodding, I'm going to ask you to help hold me accountable on that one. You'll see me in the next couple of days on something. Remind me to do that. I'm going to make a note to do it, but remind me as well so that we create that. And I'll create that on, so you'll get it, just so you guys know, it's going to come from whitebeardstrategies@gmail.com. Not a scam address, it's real, but please don't email them because we don't monitor that. The only reason I have that is to share notebooks because they allow us to share from Gmail accounts. They don't allow us to share from workspace accounts. Why, I don't know, since I pay them a lot more money on the one account, but that's Google. We don't try to figure them out all the time. So anyway, let's go back and see if we got some questions here that we didn't get to. I'll try to answer in the next few minutes here. I'm going to go back up to the top and see what I've missed. So we'll try to grab things up for you. I see somebody was asking, what's a funnel? A funnel is literally a web page that you bring people to that funnels them from, like a funnel would, down to an order form. The goal of a funnel is to get people interested, to generate excitement, curiosity, and to ultimately get people to purchase. It could be free, a free form, or to purchase something. If you've ever bought one of my trainings, Monique, that's a funnel page. When you go to we call it also a landing page. That's what a funnel is. So good question, and HighLevel is great at those. Rini, we talked a little bit about migrating from old platforms. One thing I didn't mention, if you guys are looking to migrate and you've got a lot of content, consider going out to a platform like Fiverr. It's Fiverr, and there are a lot of people out there that will help you do that. Now, it's generally more than $5, but I know when we migrated our stuff, it was a couple $100, and they were able to migrate everything over for us. So that was something you may want to consider at that point. Kimberly had asked, does it replace or can it replace Kajabi? Yes, I know a lot of people that have gone from Kajabi over. In fact, one of the things they do have, Kimberly, is if you're setting up courses, they actually do a direct import from Kajabi. So if you've got Kajabi courses and you move that course over to HighLevel, HighLevel will actually import that directly, which is kind of nice to do that. Shemari asked about voice spot integration. They do have voice spots that you can use. We talked a little bit about that. I am not an expert on the voice spots. If you've got questions, though, message me and I can introduce you to Michael, who's one of the partners we work with, also a GHL expert, and he is all voice. That's like everything he does. So tons of automation stuff. You guys saw some of that. Most of the automations, I see Tanya's asking about what are some of the top automations and workflows. Most of ours are all done based upon an action that the user takes. So you sign up for this, we want to send you a follow-up. The other thing we didn't talk about that's really popular is an automation that's set up for like a long-term nurture campaign. So you get a lot of email addresses, they come in and you're like, how do I keep them? How do I remind them? By the way, all of our emails that we have are opt-in. We don't buy emails, and I don't recommend you do that either. It's a dangerous thing. But you then can create nurture sequences. There's all kinds of nurture sequences out there that you can use. And one of them that I actually wanted to show you is one called a Seinfeld nurture. If you guys have ever watched the TV show Seinfeld, you know Seinfeld is supposedly much about nothing. But the neat thing is I can go out to ChatGPT or anywhere else, and I will share this prompt with you if you guys want. In fact, I'm going to switch over to my personal account so I can actually share the whole chat with you. There we go. And let's go ahead and do this. I want to set up a 52-week Seinfeld-style nurture campaign that'll send one email a week to my nurture list. My business is AI coaching, and I teach entrepreneurs how to leverage AI and AI prompts in order to save time, to make money, and to deliver more value. Please ask me any questions you have and help me put together the outline for this campaign. We're going to stop there because if I ask it to produce 52 emails, it won't do that well. So we're then going to produce part of that. So here it needs to ask a couple clarifying questions. Who is my primary audience? So one, it is just entrepreneurs, which I told it. Two, what's their maturity level? So we're going to say curious but overwhelmed. But say using ChatGPT. And three, we've got, what do I want to sell? We do group programs and memberships.
Jonathan, just a real question. How do you jump to the next line without it hitting enter? How do you do that?
Shift enter.
Shift enter. Okay, thank you.
Yep. No, great question. Glad you asked that. Thank you. Normally, I'd talk all this through, but with numbers, sometimes I find it easier. By the way, you don't have to put the numbers in. I often, when I'm on my own, I'll just literally like answer all the questions and it figures it out. So it's pretty good. 4 on a scale of 1 to 10, how casual do we want these? And I'm going to say use attached self-scribe. If you guys know, I'm a big fan of our self-scribe. And so what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to attach that. I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I have that saved. Self-scribe is just a process we go through that interviews you and then creates a process that can be used, as you can see here, repeatedly for your tone and style. Here it is. Here's my self-scribe. So I can attach that really quick. Number 5. Oh, by the way, it makes your AI not sound like AI, but it sounds like you. Are you open to personal stories, mild hot takes, and light sarcasm? Because I know personal stories it's going to make up and lie about, I'm going to skip those, just by the way, and we'll do mild hot takes and light sarcasm. If you've not noticed that, just a little hint that can help out. Anytime that AI wants to write case studies, unless you've given it a lot of information, it makes them up out of thin air. And so I try to have AI avoid ever, unless I'm literally going in to write a case study, but try to have it avoid it for other things because it doesn't work well. And we want these to be short and punchy. Nobody's going to read 7 minutes on that. So let's see what else we've got. We got a few more. Man, it's asking a ton of questions, but you'll see in a minute. This is going to get us a 52-week nurture campaign that we can build out. You can do the same prompts I've done, build this out, put it in the HighLevel, set it up, and then when you throw people into your nurture campaign for the next year, they're going to hear about you once a week. Let's see. No, encourage checking out our free group, AI prompts group, which we call the AI Entrepreneurs Hub. And I misspelled that. That's what happens when I type instead of talking. And the primary CTA will be try this prompt. We're going to have a little fun in my case, and we're going to say include a relevant prompt in each email using my perfect prompt framework. And then I'm going to tell it what that is because it probably knows, but just to be safe. There we go. And let's send that off. And let's see where we go. So, I must not have asked all of them. Below, I'll do 4. There we go. That all looks good. It's still thinking. By the way, there's a lot of different types of nurture campaigns you can do, but if you're not reaching out to your clients on a regular basis, either via newsletter or something like that, I highly recommend it. So here it's come up with it starting. So weeks 1, why prompt hunting is procrastination. Mind you, I did this for me, so this may not apply to your business, but you could put your stuff in. The hidden cost of vague thinking, it's going to keep going. We're going to let it do all 52. And then it's going to give us 3 samples. I won't write all 52 out. I would recommend, by the way, I've got 52, I would write about 5 at a time. So I would basically say write 1 through 5, write 6 through 10, write 11 through 15. If you go much more than that, chat's going to struggle with getting good quality stuff out, so that'll be better. Let's just read this one and see. So imagine you're signed up on my email list. Maybe you know me, maybe you don't, but you get this one. Most people are asking AI the wrong way. Hopefully that grabs your attention. A small thing I noticed about ChatGPT. This morning I watched someone use ChatGPT. They typed a vague sentence, got a vague answer, and then they blamed the tool. That's like hiring a world-class consultant and saying, hey, what are your thoughts? Here's the truth most people miss. AI doesn't reward intelligence, it rewards clarity. When entrepreneurs struggle with ChatGPT, it's rarely a tech issue, it's a thinking issue. Here's a simple way to fix it, and boom, here's a prompt. Act as an experienced business strategist who advises entrepreneurs. I run a business that often feels overwhelmed making decisions quickly. I already use ChatGPT, but my results are inconsistent. What information do you need from me to help me make better, faster decisions? Ask me any questions you have. Try that once. Now, that's not like the world's best email, but it ain't bad. And imagine 52 of those. You just want people to open to remember who you are. And again, do something like this. Whatever you do, whatever your business is, add something of value. Don't just tell them something, give them some knowledge, give them a tip, give them a hack, something like that. We could have this done, and within an hour, we could literally have an entire 52-week campaign written out into HighLevel and set to send. And then everybody that comes in, we add a tag to them, like, long-term nurture, and boom, they get one of these emails a week from us. So that's an example of, a way we could use some of that if we were to pull that. So hopefully that makes sense, and we answered a question about that. I'm going to share this with you guys as I promised, so you guys can literally open this up and put your own information in it and use it. So here is our Seinfeld nurture prompt and campaign.
Let's
There we
go.
go. And done. All
Oh,
right,
thank you so much.
You're most welcome. We are 15 minutes past. I appreciate so many of you have stuck on. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. We are planning, by the way, to run 2 to 3 of these a month for you guys and everybody else. So just watch the Facebook page. We'll try to do a better job. I heard a couple of you didn't get emailed. We'll try to do a better job of letting everybody know when that is, and then we'll send you the replays out as well. I just thank you guys for your time and your questions. I would love to hear one thing before you leave. So a lot of times I do training and then just a little bit of Q&A. This time we did a bit of an overview and a longer Q&A. I'd like to know which you prefer. If you like the longer Q&A, just give me longer Q&A. If you like the training and shorter Q&A, if you type training, that'd be really helpful to me so that I know what to be doing on an ongoing basis. Most of you know I love to be responsive to what we're doing for you. And I got some of both coming through. I appreciate that. So it looks like a lot of you want a little more training than new. That's good. Okay, I appreciate that. That's helped. Some like the longer Q&A. Sounds good. It looks like we're about 50-50. So this is great. Dr. Kenneth, you'd raised your hand. Do you have a question before we run?
I did, and it's real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tonight was gold. That prompt you just gave was amazing. I have one question. I'm new to funnels and automation. Where can you get like a sample one to rearrange, or do I ask ChatGPT, hey, give me an automation for my Go High Level, or
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what I do with that. So let's show you real quick. Let's head into HighLevel real quick here again. And
okay.
I think I just moved away from it, so I got to go back here a minute. Let's go back into
Ah,
HighLevel. And so
hey,
you
Renee, thank
assume we've got it. Yeah, there's tons of templates, absolutely. I'm going to go here into Nurture. Oops, I got to get to the right account. There we go. And automations.
automation. It's workflow.
And we're going to create a new workflow, start from scratch. And what we're going to do here is we could do any way we want, but you add a trigger, something that helps it. So we're going to pick a tag, and we're going to say when you get a contact tag, and I've got a lot of them, contact tag is added, and I'm just going to pick this one. That's not one that you'd want to use. You want to pick a specific one. So anytime I added that tag, it'd be like a nurture sequence or something like that. In fact, I may even have something like that. We save the trigger. That means whenever a new record gets that added to them, like that long-term nurture, then I'm going to send them an email. And you're going to just build it out here. So send email. And I'm going to take that from ChatGPT that I just closed. And we're literally going to come down here and type in the subject. And we're going to come down here and we're going to go ahead and do it. Or if you've got, you can select templates to use if you want. But I'm going to paste that right in here. Just copy paste. And then I'm going to save that action. So we'll just put in this for the moment. Save action. Oops. I'm doing something wrong that I've missed. I don't know what I've missed, but I missed something. Oh, here we go. I didn't put a subject field in. And now and you literally would just repeat that. And then what we do in here is we're going to add a weight. So you're going to click on plus. We type in weight. And in this case, because we're starting it off, we're going to wait 7 days. So 1 week. And then I'm literally going to clone this. So let's go ahead and copy that action to here. And now I'm just going to come in, and this one's test 2 and version 2. Save action. I just copy and paste, and I then repeat that same thing here. I'm going to copy action, and notice it's so easy. I literally just can click. Oops.
Got you.
When I click the right one, I'm in the wrong spot. But Anyway, if you know what you're doing and you don't act like me, you just copy your action and you just kind of play hopscotch and you build it all out. As you can see, it's not going to take you that long to do it. It might take you an hour and then it's
Quick
then it's
tip,
all set. What's
you can
that?
also copy. Quick tip, you can also go to where you just set the three dots and click all of the actions below that first one. You'll get all that bunch at one time,
Good point. Yeah.
and
So like
then
I've built out some of these,
do it
then I can,
again, and it cuts it down in about a third.
that's a great, so yeah, watch this. So yeah,
And
I
then
didn't
go
even think of
there
that.
and click that one.
So now
There you
look,
go.
I've got a bunch of them and I can do the same
Yeah.
thing again. So now copy all actions from here. I come down and then what you really want to do before you started that if you'd name this one email number one, then you would just know that every one that said email number one as you went down, you had to replace. But you're right. Now when I copy all actions from here, you can see I'm very quickly building that out. Then I'm literally just clicking in. And the nice thing is the weights, you never have to do anything because every weight's 1 week. So it's easy, super simple. And then you just go in and edit your emails and you're done. So yeah, it's really simple to do that as you go through that. So hopefully that's helpful. And Dr. Kenneth, that answers your question for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have an incredibly blessed evening and a great night. We will see you soon and make it a great evening. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.